Children as young as 14 were detained because they exercised their right.
There's a failed government. Those guys that went for the protest were minors. They were hungry. So the way these guys were eating the food, you will know that these guys were not kept proper. But people were complaining that why will you bring those children, why will we arraign them to court? If you are below 7 years old, you cannot be arraigned.
For the Minister of Justice, for him to say that it's not unconstitutional to arrest children based on charges of felony, treason, it shows that the government is not even concerned. After the children were bailed and sent to their respective states, I want to imagine what those children must have gone through.
We have the Attorney General's wife. We have the daughter of the Director General of Police. They weren't raped. They call it the 400.
Maybe they referred him to each other.
But they are never in the news for anything. But
Only
this
one
guy
man
put
can-
them on the map.
So I want to believe the man cannot be sleeping with everybody. You as the wife, you are not aware.
Have
It's
no
not
idea.
possible.
A lot of men, if they have the chance to sit one-on-one with this guy and talk, I think they have only one sentence for this man. And the sentence is cut soap for me. Hello, beautiful people. How are you doing? You are welcome to Lyte Africa. This is your number one podcast where we get to illuminate your world with all the trendings of things that have been happening around us. Okay, so you're most welcome. My name is Kayon Kennedy, and I am not alone here. I'm here with my co-hosts. First of all, to my far right is our one and only prompt to do it guy, the guy who touches everything and it turns to gold.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, please make welcome Mr. Solomon.
All right, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay, so next we have is the beautiful, delectable, the lady who is not just intelligent and also smart as they come. Welcome, Miss Annabelle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't even think if you're the one after calling. Of course, you're the one. You know, I didn't do justice to the entire thing, right? All right, so it's been one hell of a week, right? In fact, well, it's been fun on some other end, and it's been so, I don't know, like people have had a lot of mixed reaction concerning a whole lot of things. And we're going to dismantle all these things however way that we can today, right, Solomon?
Of course.
There's just has been a lot happening. We don't even know where to start in all the things that we have to talk about, but we do not have the whole day, all right, to talk about all these things, but we're going to pick one. We're going to pick them one after the other. So maybe without further ado, let's just get down right to it, right?
Sure, of course.
Okay. So first of all, they were hungry. They spoke up, and the next thing, they were landed in prison. Children as young as 14 were detained because they exercised their right to speak up against everything that is going on in the society. We all know this news. What do you think? What are the points that in all these things that are happening that you see that is, you know, touching you the most? Isn't this, I just don't know what to say right now. It's a whole, in fact, I know what to say. It's a whole lot, but let's hear from you, Solomon.
Okay. Well, for me, initially, I will say there's a failed government initially because the tag was end bad governance.
That's what
That was
it
the
is.
tag.
Yeah.
And when I did my assignment, I realized that there's a problem because those guys that went for the protest were minors. You
Sure.
understand? Were minors. And I'm shocked. I'm very shocked to learn that the governor of the state was saying he wasn't aware of the arrests. It's very disheartening.
You know, this is one of the things that happens, and you know, people feign ignorance. I do not understand how something can be so glaring in your face and then
Very
you're
glaring,
feigning
very-
ignorance.
it's something that
It was
went
on
viral.
social media. It was all over the place.
The governor of the state
That's what
was
viral
saying.
means, man.
The
That's
governor
what
of the
viral
state
means.
was saying he wasn't aware of the arrests. 36 minors. No.
I understand that most times it's about politics. We try to do politics, but shouldn't there be a boundary from which we should differentiate politics from what reality is and everything that is going on? Shouldn't there be like a boundary? Shouldn't there be where we just include humanity into all these things?
The issue you should learn from the beginning is that those guys, they were arrested and apprehended for treason.
Minors
For treason.
as young as
And
14.
And initially, those guys were supposed to be like kept maybe for juvenile. That's a place they keep underage.
Exactly, yeah.
But these guys were arraigned to court. What make this thing very viral is that the PPRO, the PRO for police,
Okay.
I think Adejobi or something,
Okay.
he said because at the courtroom 4 fainted. And if you watch the video, they brought food for them.
They went
eating the
viral.
food.
We all
And
saw
if you
it.
see the way they were eating, you see those guys were
Like their life dependent on it.
they were hungry.
Hmm.
So the way these guys were eating the food, you will know that these guys were not kept proper. You understand?
Yeah.
And the PPRO said, because people were complaining that why will you bring those children, why will we arrange them to court? So they keep them at juvenile or some other places.
Yeah.
And the PPRO said, if you are below 7 years old,
Yes.
and you don't know about what you are doing, you cannot be arraigned.
Yeah.
But according to the Criminal Act 1990, there's a code, Criminal Act Code 1990, that if you are below 7 years old, you cannot be arraigned to court. But from the age of 7 to 12 years, if you can be proven what you did was wrong,
Yeah.
you can be arraigned to court.
Exactly.
That was the reason why he brought those guys to court, because he was saying those guys were more than 7 years old, almost all of them.
Yeah.
But people were saying those guys are minors. They're supposed to be kept at court.
What we saw were minors.
Were minors. But he was bringing that act that they are above 7 years old, and they can be proven that they were guilty. Because if you check most of them, if you check the video, they were bringing something like Russian flags and the like. So they were charged
Yeah. To court.
10 million naira bail or for treason. And you know, in Nigeria, every country have their own punishments for treason. In Nigeria, I think it's punishable by death.
Wow. Yeah.
For other
Sure
states, maybe life imprisonment. It depends. In Nigeria, punishable by death. So or you be charged 10 million naira. Those guys, they don't like someone that have 10 million naira.
10 million naira. Well,
So
according to a Twitter handle, Vision Spring Initiative, they said government should publicly apologize and compensate the children and ensure psychosocial support for their recovery. No child should suffer for raising their voice, and they want us to protect our youth and uphold their rights. So I want to speak to Annabelle right now. What do you think? Like now, silencing these children, what are the impacts you think what are the ripple effects of this in the society?
Well, the first thing is, I'm going to start from where everyone's mind is right now, is that what exactly were those children doing there? Why do children feel the need to protest?
Okay.
That should be the first question in everybody's mind. The second thing is that right now, after the children were arrested, arraigned to court and all that, they now have this mentality that if you speak up your mind, you can go to jail.
Yeah.
They have that in their mind right now, the first thing. And the third thing is that for the Minister of Justice, I think Lyte, something like that, for him to say that it's not unconstitutional to arrest children based on charges of felony, treason,
and
damaging government properties, it shows that the government is not even concerned. Like, you were doing this thing, caught you are going to jail for it. It's not about concern. And the fact that after the children were bailed and sent to their respective states, they didn't even think of their mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want to believe many of them would have gone through many things in that.
We're talking about almost 100 days.
Yes.
Yeah. So
almost 100 days.
I think since August or November or something like that.
I'm telling you.
And I want to believe we all know our Nigerian policemen. the moment you get caught, it's from that moment your judgment starts.
I'm telling you.
So I want to imagine what those children must have gone through
in their hands.
Yes. And the fact that they felt the need to give them phones and 100,000 or give them whatever is because to just shush them, keep quiet about it.
Exactly.
Just go on with
and
your
just
life.
Suppress the everything and
so,
Did you by chance witness the government's lawyer talking about how those were not children? Did you see that interview?
No,
where the counsel to the government was saying that those were not children, that some of them are married.
Yes, I saw that.
In fact,
saw that.
it was at that point that I
you
thought
gave up. You gave up on
honestly speaking, it's as if now the government is as if they want those guys to be like persecuted.
Yes.
That's what is there.
Because
even the IG of police, because when those 4 other guys fainted, the IG police said they were just demonstrating. That is a lie.
That they were acting up.
But
why do you have them for almost 100 days in the cell?
How can you do they were eating? They were hungry.
I would want to come in there.
Yeah.
Right.
In the sense that for the Minister of Justice to say the president release those children out of grandfatherish or fatherish law.
Yeah.
That means he's still claiming that they ought to still be punished.
Yes.
And I want to say that those children were fed biscuit and water in the beginning.
Imagine.
Yeah.
So that means let's just imagine that all those days they have actually been kept. So I won't say the word imprisoned. You understand? That means there's a possibility they were starved.
There's a possibility they were
for
starved.
a very
Why would
long
they be
time.
Fainting? Exactly.
I think I read this somewhere where they said they were fed gari and beans. I think so.
That's if they were fed anything at all.
Then, when not regularly, though, you know,
Yeah.
Nigerian. So, I want to believe that first of all, those children, they should probably just take them to the hospital. I think some states have done that, and they should, after taking care of their physical health, they should take care of their mental health.
Exactly.
And then they
That
should
is so
also
important.
change this mindset that this, I won't say some certain people have, that those children, they still need to be punished. They need to like educate people and make them understand that there's a difference between a child and an adult.
Yeah.
I want to believe those children, they were doing that because they felt the need to express their emotions. Their whatever they're going to back home. And I want to believe their parents, their uncles or aunts were probably present during the protest.
Yeah.
So they were just following what everybody else was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't believe
that's
a child.
why you have to judge children differently.
Yeah. So I feel that should be another thing that should be taken into consideration. They should consider that they are children.
In fact, sometimes when you see all these things happen, it just gives you too many reasons to be sad and to keep just to give you the negative vibes. That's just the thing. It just gives you all that negative vibe and all that. It's crazy the kind of things that is going on.
And
really.
Again, I'm thinking something new. I think those guys need to be oriented very well.
Which guys?
Those Protestants. Because if you see those guys, I think they were motivated by something. Because I remember when I went for my NYC many years ago at KB State.
KB,
you need to see the way those guys are living. Those, should I say, Amajiris, I don't know what they call themselves.
Yeah.
Those guys they're not looking very good. You understand?
Okay.
And that's the reason why the former emir of Kano, Sanusi, was fighting the former Kano State Governor Danduje.
Yeah.
That instead of building more prayer ground, build schools. Let them be oriented. The North as if they're living a different lifestyle, which is very unfair.
You know, when it has to do with protests and people lending out their voice and stuff like that, it's usually not organized. You get like there is usually no room for orientation and stuff like that.
The thing is that those guys they believe that they wanted to hijack the protests.
But if you've been on the verge of, if you're tired really, like you see people on Lagos Road, you feel like this one is frustrated already, anything can now spark the violence, right? Anything can now spark the violence because you are on the verge of it. So with everything going on and there is hunger and everything, all they just need is one person to just come out and tell them, let's go.
Yes.
and everybody would just,
only
you know,
the
match it to. That's exactly what happened. And these children don't really have to know every single thing. All they know is that they are hungry. All they know is that they are not in school. All they know is that life is hard.
Yeah.
So for someone to tell them, let's go, it looks like we're going to go after those who are responsible for everything I'm going through. That's what they feel. And that's the reason they have to, you know, go through that. It's a pity, but putting them in prison, I don't think for almost 100 days. In fact, it's not something that anybody, as in like you put them there, and it was when Very Dark Man started coming out to talk about it. I know other institutions have been, you know, lending their voices, but it really became a thing when Very Dark Man came out and started talking about it, and then the next thing, everybody's swinging into action. You understand? It shouldn't have been that way.
I think this is the second time now we have issue about those. I think those guys from the correctional service.
Yeah.
Because if you listen, the last time it was time of Bobrisky, it was like a rumor that Bobrisky was with Ed.
Okay.
That Bobrisky was with Ed.
Yeah.
Like in a VIP apartment.
Okay.
Now see these guys now, they were not treated well. I think there should be an investigation for those correctional service. So they're not doing their job very well.
Exactly, you know, like the law is not the same for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Bobrisky can be kept in a VIP suit, but these ones were thrown into wherever it is that they were thrown into,
and they were not treated well.
They were not treated at all. At all. It's a pity. And you know, sometimes if we like I said, it just gives you something to worry about, one more thing to worry about in the country. And please, we really don't want to keep worrying about this. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
Okay, so the question was, did he rape them? So I was, you know, I went through Gist Lovers, you know, Twitter, you know, handle and all that. And the question was, the video shows the ladies were happy. I think this man, okay. So the question was, they weren't raped. What's the fuss about? They weren't raped. These are like, okay, I was at my fitness class yesterday. We were having the same conversation, right? And then people were like, but it's all in everything. It was just two consenting adults. And a lot of people aren't actually seeing anything wrong with the whole 400. They call it the 400. Oh my God.
Maybe it's not a movie.
There's going to be a season on this.
Yes.
There's going to be a season on this. What do you think about this, the 400?
Okay, starting from me or starting from me.
Okay, you can start all over, please.
You see, firstly, it's as if now we are living in a man's world.
Yeah.
Like if anything happens to a man, it will be appraised.
Do you say it now? Haven't it been
most
like
times,
that?
Because I'll bring from the angle of this secular musician. What's his name?
Fela.
Not Fela.
Who?
This guy. His sex tape was released. This guy that sing Ojuju Oxlade.
Oxlade. Oh,
when
okay.
Oxlade sex tape was leaked,
Yeah.
people were praising him.
I swear,
Spider-Man, this guy is too good. You understand? But when there was two ladies that the sex tape was leaked,
Yeah.
one Tiwa Savage.
Yeah, Tiwa
She was
Savage.
criticized.
Very,
There
very
was this Yoruba actress
criticized.
too,
They were dragging her.
Moyo Lawan.
Yeah, Moyo Lawal too.
She
Yeah.
was criticized.
She
so
was.
it's as if you are living in
She
a
was
man's world.
slain.
You
Yeah,
understand?
exactly.
Initially,
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was maybe this guy, Elonga, what's his name?
Yeah.
I
Betelza.
thought maybe he was blackmailing these ladies. But when I checked the other victims,
No.
your gate man, wife, your brother,
your pastor's wife.
No, this is not matter of
I
blackmail.
think I have a list. Let me check.
This is not matter of blackmail.
Okay, let's look at the list again. Maybe we can get a better perception of
All
what
right.
we're talking about. We have the wife of the director of presidential security.
Okay.
We have the attorney general's wife. We have the daughter of the director general of police. We have the wife of his pastor's little brother. We have his godfather's wife. We have his sentry's wife. We have his bodyguard's wife. 15 friends of his younger sister. His pastor's wife. The wives of several ministers, including Minister Oburu. His own little brother's wife. his uncle's pregnant wife, and the list continues.
Not finished now. I people remain again for the
So let me just tell me, just upload, because you know, from a woman's perspective, right? What do you think?
First thing is, the first time I heard of this case, I was like, what is going on? Are you the only guy in the whole country? Everybody's after you. Because I want to believe there must have been something special those women were running after.
First of all,
yes,
they were not poor women.
Yes.
You're kinky.
So I want to believe, maybe, because for him to, like, I would like to say he was actually popular with the women before the video came out.
Okay. What do you mean?
Like maybe they referred him to each other.
Yes. First of all, I heard
maybe they actually referred to each other. Yeah, that guy is good. You understand?
Do you know, if you have a business and have this amount of referrals, you will blow just like Dangote.
The thing is that let's even check the population self, for instance.
400.
Of the Guinea, right?
Yes, the population.
Equatorial Guinea. How many were
only
they?
one man.
Because they are not in. They are never in the news for anything.
If
But
only
this
one
guy
man
put
can,
them on the map.
And
He stamped Equatorial Guinea on the
what
map.
of the people that
You are the one calling the bad film. You are the one. I've been hearing he's goated, greatest of all time.
Now I'm saying that
you know.
now I'm saying that
And people are building thrones to his name.
now I'm saying because we're living in a man's world. He's being praised for that.
He's been
But
praised.
let's just talk about the moral lessons too.
What moral lesson?
Look at
is
the
in
wife.
this?
Look at the wife. The wife now is stabilized now.
Okay.
I believe now out of those 400 tapes, surely
Yeah.
200 marriages will collapse.
Okay. First of all, First of all, do you think the wife would leave the marriage? If you were the one, put yourself in her shoes.
All right.
Would you leave the marriage?
You
have to think about it.
Love is blind.
You even have to
Love
think
is
about
blind.
it. You have to
Love
think
is
about
blind.
it.
See, the thing is that I want to believe that before this is coming out, the man has probably been doing things like this when he was in uni or before he met his wife,
Okay,
or when he was
you're
dating
trying to
her.
say the wife have
She
hints
had
of this.
yes, because I want to believe the man cannot be sleeping with everybody. I want to say everybody.
Yeah.
And you as the wife, you are not aware.
Have
It's
no
not possible.
idea.
Is it that she just overlooked? Oh yeah, I'm married to him. My
Yeah.
position is safe.
But why did the woman
Maybe because
fainted
of the
after
children.
he was apprehended?
Because
Who fainted?
The woman has
The wife
she was
fainted.
hospitalized when he had the news.
maybe she was like,
Oh, okay.
this man has
It-
finally
maybe
put
because
us
it came
to
out.
shame.
You know,
Yeah.
You know, it's different between. There's one of the ladies there, one of the benefactors.
Yeah. Much
Should
more.
we call them benefactors or victims?
No, not the victim.
We can't
Yes.
call those ladies victims,
Yes.
right?
Not
Yes.
victim,
Because
he was
it's
under
consensual,
duress,
right?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the benefactors, right?
Yeah, well, I can't see. Okay,
benefited. One of the women who benefited from him, right? Okay, so she committed suicide. Did you hear about the woman?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Why do you think she would have committed suicide?
Well, if you ask, maybe because of I don't know, maybe
They
a
said
social
the shame.
class. Yes, now.
She's not the only one in that social class. Look at the list I
No.
just gave you.
There's things that I can accept, you cannot accept.
Oh,
Maybe when
Her
you
she
mental
didn't
state.
have
then
the.
now it was like it
But
was
she-
shameful.
But she had the mind to actually allow herself to be videoed.
Yeah.
If you cannot
And-
take it, you should not have allowed yourself to be videoed.
She never knew the thing would be leaked.
But how do
should think of it
never
ahead.
knew it when
You
he's
should think
on
of it
tape?
ahead.
Maybe it might be a fantasy.
Really,
Yes, now it might be a fantasy.
Okay,
Maybe-
well, that's the downside of having your fantasy
as
recorded.
a married woman,
Yes.
really,
It could be.
maybe that's a fantasy.
It could
no.
be.
Let me just say.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm actually a married woman.
Okay.
And I want to like engage in adultery. I'll
Yeah.
call it adultery. It's adultery.
Yeah, that's
So-
what it is.
And I decide to like, oh, this guy is cute and all that, and then we decide to like have this fun and all that. I would not be so stupid enough. I don't know about that
Allow
woman
it to
to
be
allow
recorded.
myself to be videoed up. Whatever we are doing to be put on tape, because
Alright.
later on the guy may decide to blackmail me or
Yeah.
something may come up like this, and you're in trouble.
So the question is, what was he telling them? And they were looking at the camera, enjoying the whole movie. What was he telling these people? I've had all sorts of things like it's jazz. Some people said is I don't know. Like this guy's reads must be top notch. whatever reason he has, like it must be top notch. Like what was he telling them? Your pastor's wife.
He must. Can I come in there?
Yeah,
he must have probably just told them, because I want to believe each of those women thought they were the only one.
Likely.
Yes. So he must have told them that, you know, I don't see you often. I
and
just
you guys
want this
don't bump into each other.
Yeah. Wait, I just want it to be like so whenever I miss you, I'll just watch it and all that. And the woman is like, oh, he loves me, you understand?
Exactly.
And so she stupidly agreed to do that, not knowing she's just one of the many.
That is strategy.
Wow.
Yes.
That is strategy.
Wow. So it's about making them believe they are the one.
Yes.
The only one.
But if someone is telling you are the one and you know the person is actually married, how could you, in all sanity, think you are actually the one?
It could be possible.
While the person is married.
Yes. There are actually many married men that have a single side chick.
Yeah.
A single. So if he's telling this side chick, you are the only side chick I have. Yeah, she'll be like, yeah,
you are
of
the
course.
only side chick.
Yes. So she knows he's married. She knows the wife.
And again, why is he going for married people? There are a lot of single girls who would jump at him and everything like that. So why married women?
Well, I would like to say, married women, if they get pregnant, they can actually give it to their husband.
Yeah.
Nothing comes back to you.
Oh, someone just let out the secret.
They see it. So,
oh my goodness, really?
So, yeah, that's
wow. And I think married women do not have too much strings attached to you, unlike single ladies. Okay. They don't have. So are we saying it's safer to, run your adultery industry on married women?
but can you let's see these things now.
Yeah.
For instance, now I'm not a married man yet.
Yeah.
So what are the moral lessons, or what are the precautions you have to take? Because these things, we never knew it would come to like this.
Yeah.
So what are the things you need to do? Is it that
who needs to do things? Who needs to do?
I will still be married very soon by grace of God.
Okay, is it like for you?
Everybody that are single.
Yeah.
That we eventually want to be married.
Okay, because there are two genders here, the male and the female. So the advice, is it for the male or the female?
For both.
For both, okay.
We soon get married.
Okay, so that they won't commit adultery.
Is it because we need more attention for our spouse?
Yeah, normally, the truth is...
we need to work hard at the other room. We need to work out very well.
Both.
Okay, so the truth is, no matter
check and balance these things.
No matter how in love you are with other people or whoever, your significant other, when you get married, there is a sea finish that happens.
Yeah.
If you let your head be in cloud 9 and all that, when the marriage starts, there is a place in that marriage, a time in that marriage when sea finish sets in. So at that time is a dangerous time. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Anything could happen at that time. So that's why you could see that he could be sleeping with the younger brother's wife. Please.
This pregnant list is woman too.
With a pregnant? Oh Lord.
Because there's something I need to tackle.
Yeah.
I'm not married yet.
Yes, you are not.
I realize that if there are two couples, maybe sexually, one is not active.
Okay.
So the times for ladies,
they
used to keep calm.
Okay.
They won't say anything. I don't know those people now. What happened to them, their circumstances. But I'm just suggesting that maybe there was no attention.
Yeah.
And those guys, the men, weren't able to satisfy them sexually. They have to look, then wait around.
I think what I think is in marriage we have to find contentment. That's the truth. So if you think you can have all you want in one person, I just don't know, because there are different levels. For instance, now the bodyguard's wife.
What's it define?
Think about the bodyguard's wife.
What's it define?
For instance,
bodyguarding
him.
Okay, let me just come in
at
that moment. The thing is that apart from attention, because if you notice, most of those women, their sex tape came out.
Yeah,
they mostly
were
women
active in the video.
They are mostly women that their husbands are usually busy.
You think so?
I think so.
She should.
One, let's consider that
public
factor.
Post.
The second thing is that most men, once they are married, there's this, like you said, see finish.
Yeah.
Maybe usually before they got married, they normally do 4, 5, 6 rounds. You understand?
Yeah.
So by the time she has this first child, second child, and she's like, you have to and the man is like, come, I cannot come and kill myself. what are we looking for?
Yeah.
And she's like, maybe at that moment our hormones are still very much more active, and the man is like, what are we looking for?
Okay, so the the people I actually want to talk about, which I feel like I don't know if it's because their husbands are too busy, right? Are the 15 friends of the younger sister. These are girls that have time.
That one, na referee. Go.
I think there is something attached to the man that just calls out to women like, pick me. Yeah.
I'm telling you,
just...
there has to be something, and that's why some people concluded that this has to be jazz or something like that. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if any of us here have the answer to have been able to decode what exactly it is. And I'm telling you, a lot of men, if they have the chance,
maybe they should grant him interview. Let's hear from him.
And that's what I want to say. A lot of men, if they have the chance to sit one-on-one with this guy and talk, I think they have only one sentence for this man.
How did you
How
do
come?
it?
And the sentence is, cut soap for me.
but you do know that there are some men actually in Nigeria, single guys that can't even count the numbers of ladies.
Exactly. That's another side to it. We are saying the 400. I mean, some guys will say 400. He's not doing anything.
So
is he upcoming at 400? Well, this has been an amazing conversation. Really, we really can't exhaust this. We do not have all the answers to all these things. All we have is to bring you entertainment and bring all the trending gist and whatever it is that bugs your mind to this table, and then we either crush, destroy, dismantle, or even use the table as firewood. Whatever it is that that happens on this place, and whatever it is that happens in this place stays in this place, because this is just more. We're going to bring you things that you might want to share, but be careful how you share, because you're going to hear so many things. I want to thank you so much for listening, and thank you for listening. Thank you for the time. We want you to keep subscribing to this channel, and I know you have something to say. Please go to the comment section and let me hear what exactly it is that you have to say. Turn on your notification button so that you get a video of our shows every single time that it drops. I want you to also like and share this video. All right, thank you so much for being with us. I want to thank you, Solomon. Thank you to Annabelle. You have been very, very good on this show. Thank you so much. And until our next episode, my name remains Karen Kennedy, and I'd like to say gracias and adios.